How we doing, everybody? Avi Weisfogel coming to you with another Happiest Dentist Daily Tip. We are in an interesting time. Dentists find themselves in a very funny position, right? It's the end of the year. End of the year for me here in the East Coast used to be, hey, let's go to the Javits Center, let's go shopping for our supplies, let's go shopping for the equipment. Whatever it was that I would want I'd buy it in bulk. I'd buy it, honestly, enough supplies for the whole year. I remember walking into these conferences and like my Patterson reps' eyes lighting up because they knew we were going to go make big, ridiculous deals throughout that day. What's amazing about all this was there wasn't one person there on the other side who was doing anything like checking my credit, making sure I could afford this. It was, hey, just put the order through, right? I had an account with Patterson. Just put the order through Patterson. You'd sign up for equipment, whether it was buying a CEREC machine or a 3D CT scan. It was like, how do I get this? Oh, just sign here. It wasn't until dentistry really became an afterthought to me that I actually started really looking into where the return on the investment was on all of this supposed great technology money makers that was going to really make the difference. So I did some research on all of the stuff I bought, whether it was blank crown making machine, blank CT scan, and found out that my logic, my dental logic at the time, was completely flawed. There was this thought of, well, let's look at the cost that I'm paying per month for this piece of equipment, and let's compare it to, let's say, my single crown fee, and then it makes it worth it. All I was doing was trying to justify to myself a reason that I could spend money on toys, right? Now, it doesn't mean that the dental toys aren't great. Doesn't mean that they're not a lot of fun. It just means they're not necessarily a great investment. So how do you know as a dentist when to spend money or when not to spend money? How do you know whether a consultant, you get all these guarantees and, oh, we guarantee you're going to make $250,000 or more or your money back, like that has ever really happened. I would love to meet one dentist who actually got their money back, by the way, on one of these things. How do you know when something's actually good? This is when things become really hard. And after how many times of making bad decisions do you lose your credibility where your spouse says, hey, enough of this silly money spending that we're doing here? Can we just stick to the making money and less of the spending money? I don't think there's a dentist amongst us who hasn't had that time where we've made a decision where we're just like flat out dumb. I remember I was just starting out my career. I was 26 years old, and I went to a cosmetic dentistry meeting that I think was put on by Dental Economics or Profitable Dentist, one of the two. I went to this meeting, and I'm walking up and down the aisles, and some guy says, hey, you, what are you doing as far as advertising? And at the time, I was doing nothing. I had a small practice. My practice did maybe $100,000 a year when I first started. It was really small. Why don't you sign up for our television commercials? They're going to bring in hundreds of thousands of dollars. Well, how much does it cost? $3,000, $4,000 a month. That was how much it cost. It wasn't a full cost. It was a how much does it cost per month. Again, stupid dental thinking. Well, let's see how much it can bring in. So all I need probably is one big case, and then I could afford all of this. What about airtime? I didn't think about airtime. At some point, I was spending so much money on this, I couldn't even afford to put this stupid commercial or infomercial that I made on the air. So one thing that I implore everyone to look at is the return on the investment. If you're going to spend, make sure that there's actual money coming in. Make sure that the amount of money you're going to make specifically because of what you spend is there. Do your due diligence. Talk to some people. Take some time. Make sure that this makes sense, and then go for it. So my message for you today, take a pause before signing away your credit, your money, which is really hard earned in this business. Avi Weisfogel, Happiest Dentist Daily. So happy I never have to deal with that again.